Okay, let's get right into it. You've done it. You've actually built a successful business from the ground up. You're bringing in real revenue. But if you're like a lot of founders I talk to, there's this little question that just keeps you up at night. Why doesn't this feel like enough? Well, today, we're going to figure that out. Does that hit close to home? You know, it's that feeling that sits right at the intersection of success and, well, frustration. And you'd be surprised how common it is for entrepreneurs who've poured their entire lives into their business.
Now, this feeling, it isn't a sign that you've failed. It's actually a sign you've hit a new level of complexity. You've just outgrown the old ways of doing things, but the path forward, it's kind of foggy. So where do you even start looking for that next chapter of growth?
Here's the interesting thing. The answer usually isn't about chasing more customers or launching some brand new product. It's almost always about looking inward. What if the key to unlocking that next level of profit is already inside your company, just waiting to be found? See, the problem usually isn't a lack of revenue. It's that as a business grows, all these tiny little leaks and inefficiencies start to pop up. They're like these hidden drains on your resources, your energy, and they're hiding your true profitability. Let's be absolutely crystal clear on this. The profit you need to finally get that sense of security and satisfaction, it's not hiding in some far-off new market. It's already flowing through your business right now. And this right here is the perfect way to picture it. Your profit is literally buried under a mountain of data, of daily tasks, of all the decisions you have to make. It's there, but you can't see it. So the real question is, where do we start digging? A lot of the time, it's hidden in plain sight. I mean, think about your marketing. You might have one channel that's generating a ton of buzz, a lot of traffic. It looks busy, but when you really dig into the data, you find out it's not actually bringing in profitable customers. And that's just one tiny example of how profit gets buried in the day-to-day chaos. So this is where we shift from the problem to the actual solution. Because you don't need another 100-page report, right? You need a map. A clear, direct guide to finding that buried treasure inside your own business. And that's exactly what the strategic plan is. So, what is it really? Think of it as a short, intense, and super focused project. In just 4 to 6 weeks, the whole idea is to go deep inside your business, connect all those scattered dots, and hand you a simple, actionable plan for growing your bottom line. No fluff. Here's how it actually works. First, there's a deep dive into everything. Your financials, your sales channels, your team. Then comes the synthesis phase, which is where all that messy information gets woven together to show you the hidden patterns. And finally, you get the roadmap, a plan so clear it has actual deadlines and dollar figures attached to every single action item. And this, right here, is the most important part. This isn't some theoretical document that's going to sit on a shelf and collect dust. It is designed so that you and your team can literally start working on it first thing Monday morning. Okay, so that all sounds good in theory, but let's talk results, because a plan is only as good as the profit it unlocks, right? These aren't just ideas. These are real, tangible outcomes from businesses that were probably a lot like yours. Just think about the difference for a second. On one hand, you've got the typical consulting report. You know the one. It's long, it's complex, and honestly, it's overwhelming. And on the other hand, you have the strategic plan. Simple, clear, with specific actions, deadlines, and dollar amounts. The difference is action versus inaction. It's that simple. Let me tell you about one of our clients, a fast-growing e-commerce business. After we did our deep dive, we identified $777,000 in profit improvements. This was money that was just slipping through the cracks in inefficient ad spend and a mispriced product line. She had no idea she was leaving not much on the table. Or how about this one? A B2B software company. We found a $1 million revenue opportunity hiding in plain sight. You know where it was? Buried in their own customer database. By just segmenting their customers in a new way, we uncovered this massive upselling opportunity that they had completely missed. And I really want you to hear this part because it's so important. Those founders, they weren't making mistakes. They were smart, capable leaders running successful companies. They just couldn't see the whole picture because they were inside it. They just needed that outside perspective to see the patterns that were invisible from the trenches. So at this point, you might be wondering, okay, is this actually the right fit for my business? Well, let's get really specific about who this is designed for, and you can see if it clicks with you. This is built for founder-led businesses, usually with revenues somewhere between $500,000 and $5 million. It's for you if you've had success, but you've just got that gut feeling that you could be doing better, that something is just a little bit off. And most importantly, it's for leaders who are tired of guessing and are just ready for a clear, actionable plan. The person behind all of this is Sally Ogden at Brim Capital. Her specialty is bringing this exact kind of outside perspective to help founders like you uncover all that hidden potential that's already sitting right there inside their companies. And really, it all comes down to this. If anything we've talked about today sounds like your story, the next step is pretty simple. It's a call to action that's also a promise. Let's find your money.